A Sigma male isn't your average Joe. He knows something that a regular man doesn't. And this is especially true in the dating scenario where 99% of men suffer nowadays. Only 1% of the Sigma population attracts all the high-quality girls, leaving nothing but girls with baggage for the other 99%. But that isn't to say that it's too late, because even an average guy can study the characteristics of a Sigma male, replicate them in his own personal life, and do this one flirting trick that works. And it works almost too well. So well that even if you're a nerd, it'll turn you into the Henry Cavill of dating. So in this video, we'll be covering this flirting trick that most Sigma males use, and by the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge, clarity, and confidence to apply it in your life. But if you want to become a master of flirting and relationships, you must understand the mind of Sigma. Most people mix it up with being toxic, and it simply isn't true. You don't have to yell at women, you don't need to be a messed up dude, and you need to be better than an alpha male. Being a Sigma means you possess the most exceptional and extremely rare traits that place you on a different plane of masculinity. It doesn't mean you control others or flex your cringy possessions all the time. It's much deeper than that. To sum it up, a Sigma male is someone who finds a balance between making that flirty connection with women while still being the best possible version of himself. So how exactly does a Sigma male approach a girl, and what is that exact flirting trick? Let's find out. Step 1. Being formal in your approach. To initiate the conversation as a Sigma male, you must be formal when you approach a woman. This is the first and the most non-negotiable thing a Sigma male uses to build that first good impression. Being formal doesn't mean you have to approach her in a three-piece suit or speak professional English to make her think you're a businessman, nor does it mean you have to speak 1850s English like you're Shakespeare or someone similar. But most Sigma males would walk up to a woman who caught his attention and stand around 2 feet away before talking. This way, you're not invading her personal space, and she feels at ease around you. Interestingly enough, getting too physically close creeps out most women, which is just a recipe for disaster. And it almost doesn't make sense to most people, because even you might know someone who's always too touchy or gets close and even takes a woman to bed by being super close to her. But being a Sigma male isn't about that life. It's about being calm, composed, and formal in your first approach, so when you ignite the conversation, she's impressed by your calm demeanor and professionalism. They say that if you want to find somebody's personality, talk to them, know more about their interests, and spend time with them. That rule applies here as well. To put things into perspective, a Sigma male's first approach is like getting a job interview while making it seem like you're giving a job interview. However, in reality, you're the one who's analyzing her moves, her intellectual abilities, and the type of person she might be after you flirt with her. Step 2. Avoiding cliches. Once you get past the hey hi stage, that's where your real homework starts. During the next stage, your task as a Sigma male is to avoid cliches, which is probably the most difficult task, even for an alpha male. But since Sigmas are built differently, they know this simple tactic that lets them avoid it. Firstly, avoiding cliches requires conscious effort and attention every step of the way. Most people fail in this step because they get too relaxed and end up making the conversation full of cliches. So here's the thing. Let's take the scenario of a regular man. He meets a woman in a bar, and now it's time to take her on a date. And like we've seen in most movies, you either go to a fine restaurant or movie, or maybe even take her to another bar to spend some time with her. And come on, we live in a generation where you won't get laid by just taking her out to your favorite movie. While on the surface level, it makes sense. Sigma males don't do this at all. Rather, they know as much about a woman as possible on their first encounter, and when it comes to picking a date idea, they pick it based on the woman's personality. This makes her feel relaxed, loved, and very important. Instead of going on cliche dates in cinemas, maybe try to understand her personality. If she likes to be physically active, then take her on a hike or something. If she's into games, then maybe an arcade place will do well. Being a Sigma male isn't about asserting dominance or being a jerk to your woman. It's about thinking outside the box and outside the societal norms. Hence, doing stuff like random guys isn't an option for a Sigma male whose entire personality is based on understanding, stoicism, and emotional control. And if you avoid cliche dating, she'll feel very loved, which is where the next step comes. Step 3. Making her comfortable. You need to make a woman comfortable with you. You might be wondering if it's entirely simple to make someone comfortable, but let's be honest. When women go on their first date, they have a lot on their minds. They're being self-conscious, maybe even in a bad way, and making her comfortable around you will be your ticket to her heart. Making her comfortable doesn't mean just taking her to bed and making love. It means spending more time to know about her personality personality. All these sexual experiences are old very quickly, which is why Sigma always thinks long-term. Instead of getting laid for a single night, he makes sure to build a longer-lasting connection with a woman who could potentially be wife material for him. You don't want to be her one-night stand and the next day throw her out of your hotel room or something. So when it's your first time meeting with a lady, your norm shouldn't be to get laid as fast and quickly as possible, because that just shows you can't control yourself. And even if you have had a one-night stand, there's half the chance that she would like you the very next day if she's a smart and lovely woman. Getting laid is every guy's first priority, and if you do the same, you're not a Sigma at all. So what do you do in this scenario? Well, you spend the entire first date getting to know the girl, asking her questions, knowing more about her, and straight up listening to her. This will make a woman feel comfortable, accepted, and loved, which would build a connection that would last longer than any other relationship in life. And if you didn't already know, women love attention. While it's true that having sex is sort of an attention, it goes beyond that. When you're talking to a woman, the level of attention she receives from your end is directly proportional to the amount of love she'll give you. Interestingly enough, making her comfortable is the Sigma rule of flirting for life, meaning you'll have to take this beyond your first date and implement it even after she's together with you. But the very next step, and the last step of Sigma dating, will be the most important to make her yours. Step 4. Being mysterious. This attribute is to stay mysterious. Being mysterious means there's an aura of the unknown to you. You're quite unpredictable and even unbothered by situations. And no, you're not Batman, nor is he a good example of what a Sigma is like. Once you're mysterious and all the attention is on her, she's bound to be curious about you, your achievements, and the type of person you are. Bingo. If you move her to this step, you're going to be infinitely loved, because now she's truly into you. It's more like playing a long-term game than a short one. A Sigma male is someone who's truly proud of his uniqueness, so he doesn't need validation or even a reason to flex his achievements. He knows how to attract the universe, and even in this dating scenario, he'll get the attention of the woman by being mysterious. So, as you're on the date, she might get curious and ask you a barrage of questions. To that, you must stay focused and keep your responses short. This will further enhance your being mysterious, and she'll start getting more and more curious. It could also mean you don't text her all the time or keep yourself available at all times. While it does sound toxic, it's really not. Being mysterious is about being in control of your life, and staying like that would help you attract any woman in your life. The modern day men are desperate, weak, and give away too much or try too hard on their first dates. But to sum up Sigma male's flirting trick and the way of life, he's formal in his first attraction, he avoids the boring dating cliches and creates a fun experience specifically related to the girl. He makes her comfortable in every step of the way and still remains mysterious to have her infinitely interested in him. And to help you uncover the complex dating world, we have a few more videos on the way to turn you into a complete Sigma male.